Comments? And we'll move on to questions.
Obviously, good win. Good football team. First half, we had some opportunities. Probably extend the lead a little bit. We turned the ball over once down in their territory, and then we had kind of a sloppy series again. We fumbled exchange. I think we could have scored on maybe. We had to kick a field goal. So, all things considered, after the first drive, we settled in defensively. Probably me, the play of the game was the Matt Judon sack fumble. Completely changed the momentum. I mean, they were driving on us pretty big. So, to go into a locker room with a 3-score advantage like we did was big. We came out, and they're on the field quite a bit. We couldn't get off the field some on third down. They had some fourth down conversions, but at least we kept the ball in front of us, and they killed a lot of clock in what they were doing. And then, we were a little bit, had a couple possessions that weren't good, but we also had, a 3-player touchdown drive. We got the ball to Potts in there, and obviously the last one was huge too. Just gives a little more breathing room. So, offense, their defense was pretty tough, and I thought our offense came out and executed really well. And our defense got some pressure on Cowie, but we kept the ball in front of us. We didn't give up a big play all night, and at the end of the day, that's probably why we won.
You'll take the quick scoring drives if you can get them?
100%. I'm not a coach who believes in time of possession. So if you can score touchdowns, you should score touchdowns, and we did. And you go 2 scores back to 3, and then you go 2 back to 3. I mean, you need to do that instead of burning clock. So I was glad that we stayed aggressive offensively. We weren't just in a shell trying to protect the lead at that point in time. And obviously our quarterback did a great job. He got hit once on a throw that probably should have been intercepted by Michigan Tech. The kid dropped it, but other than that, I thought he put the ball right where it needed to be all night, and obviously had 3 touchdowns.
Coach, you mentioned keeping the ball in front of you. When you guys get a 17-point lead on an offense that doesn't go real deep, does your mentality change a little bit? Kind of play no doubles depth there and just try to keep everything in front?
Yeah, we didn't play, I don't think, any man the second half. Just so we didn't give up those big plays. And they were running the ball a little bit on us, but they're dinking and dunking and throwing the ball around. But we also had the linebacker position. We put some big hits on some guys coming underneath. Joe Moran was out tonight. It's not a major thing. He had a knee injury last game, so I'll give David Talley, Colin Slosher, and Marquez going a lot of credit because we only pretty much played 2 inside linebackers the entire night. And they did a good job fitting up the run for the most part and keeping the ball in front of us, which was huge.
Another big win against another ranked team, which you lost last year.
Yeah, and I think, we've played 3 teams, have been in the, it depends on the poll, top 15 or top 10. We've played 3 teams up to this point, so we played some good teams, and obviously we lost to Ferris, but the other 2, we're 2 out of 3, in my opinion, top 15 teams. These teams continue to make progress and go forward.
But on the defensive side, Matt, I think it's 21 points last 4 games in the second half. I'm sure it's something that you take pride in.
Yeah, and I think that's still, even though I tell our staff all the time, don't get too wrapped up in stats, because if you look at our defense in the league relative to scoring defense, we're not that good, because we've got the 61 and we've had some other things that happen, but I still think we have a championship level defense. I really do. I think we got the personnel and the coaches, and the last 4 games it's been, besides the Lake Erie first half, I think we've been playing that way.
And how about, you gave up the 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, but they were also, one was a long drive with the penalty, and then another one was on the downward, I think it was Talley crushed the guy.
Yeah.
He got the first time he got to score, but still.
Yeah, and we were at that point, 3-score lead. I was telling our defensive staff, no big plays, no big plays, no big plays. Keep letting the D-line go to work, no big plays. And we did. We had off the field 4th down. We had a stupid hands to the face penalty on the roughing passer, which led to that touchdown. And a couple other opportunities where we could have got it. But part of that was us being, probably a little bit. I wouldn't say we were just being conservative, giving the lead. We did not want to give a big play. And they do a good job when you're a man of picking and rubbing and getting guys wide open. And we played pretty much exclusively the second half zone. That helped us keep the ball in front of us.
Bart, in the fourth quarter there, they got a touchdown to cut it to 10. You guys come out and a couple plays later, you hit Potts for that 50-yarder. Is that something you guys are pretty confident in? If your defense gets them up, you can go right back out and get it?
Yeah, that's kind of, we turned the ball over in the first half, and then defense came right back out, and they got a pick. So, it's really a team effort. We're not just, the offense isn't just concerned with the offense. So we really try to pick the other units up, and we do a good job, throughout the week competing with each other and, gaining respect from each other. And it shows up on Saturdays.
Yeah, well, can you talk a little bit about the defense too, and the second half pride and what you guys been able to do there?
Yeah, we just went out in the locker room. All we talked about was how they had a couple of plays. The trap play was working on us pretty good, so we just kept saying we had to just keep playing tough and just keep running to the ball and have relentless pursuit, and everything would take care of itself.
What have you guys changed in the last 3-4 games defensively?
I would have to say probably confidence. Like the first couple games, it was like we had a pretty young team as far as in the backfield, and they didn't really. I feel like they didn't play with as much confidence as they do now, and now they're just buying into just going out there and playing the football they know how to play.
Coach Mitch mentioned you guys laid some big hits out there tonight. You know, when they're throwing those crossing routes and you guys have an opportunity to do that, you see your teammates do it, does it get a little bit contagious at all? You know, you get those big hits and they just keep piling on?
I mean, when you see someone else do it, you kind of do want to. It's like everybody trying to get one, but we were playing underneath covers, like Coach Mitch said, so it made it easy to just snap our eyes to the ball carrier.
You figure it was going to be a big tackle night for you guys, for all the linebackers, keeping how it was going to set up?
Yeah, we have been talking a lot about it's Michigan. It's getting colder out here, so teams are going to try and run the ball. So it's our job to fit up the run and make tackles.
Coach, you know, Bart obviously had a real nice night, but you know, Kirk Spencer, looking at it here, he's got 8 yards per carry against a real strong rush defense. So what did that do for you guys offensively?
Well, I think the biggest thing we got going in the second half was the draw game. You know, I think I don't know how many yards were on it, but they were, you know, when Bart was throwing the ball around the middle, they started making an adjustment. They were really dropping their backers deep, and so when they started dropping their guys out, we knew we were going to have to do something. And so it was either checkdowns or draws, and we called the draw. And on the last second half, I can't remember how many times we called it, but and then when Spencer gets in space, he's hard to tackle with those backers. So the draw game was really good, and you know, his, like I said, his touchdown pass. That was a play that was open in the first half, and we fumbled it. I didn't see it. At least 2 guys fumbled somehow, so we came back to it on that. But, well, you know, they were a good rush defense. We just had more success in the run game with making them think it was passing on the draw, I think, because, I don't know, most of those yards felt like they were off the draw.
Any word on Brandon Bean?
It's an ankle. I don't know the severity of it. You know, he's in with our docs right now, and hopefully it's not too serious because he's obviously a threat for us.
Thank you.
Yeah.